Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to another Werewolf game on the Dice Tower. Before we get started, I want to do a shout out to some of our Kickstarter backers. I want to say thank you to Vince Porterek. Thank you so much. And to Jason and Vanessa Wallace. And to Bill, who wants to thank all the real heroes of the COVID-19 crisis. Thank you all for backing and supporting our show. We appreciate it. All right, here we go. This is one of the games that I played. Actually, this game was played on Halloween itself, and I required everyone to play to dress up, so hopefully you enjoy that part of it. I decided to play a very chaotic game with lots of stuff going on, bringing back bus drivers and more. How does that work out? Let's find out. All right, everybody, welcome to our Halloween evening here of Werewolf. I'm going to get started, but before I get started, I'm going to add a couple rules into my games here that we're going to play with just for a little while. One of them is, from now on, until I say otherwise, in my games at least, I'm not going to allow anyone to show their notes. You can talk about your notes all you want. You can rustle your papers, but let's not show the notes anymore. Let's see if that at least slows that down, especially for people who don't want to fake write the whole game. Secondly, werewolves at night. You are allowed to communicate by making faces at each other and writing the names of the person you want to kill, but that's it. I don't need detailed descriptions of how so-and-so is definitely the seer. I know this because of blah, blah, blah. Just the names of the people who you want to kill. And in this particular game, werewolves are not allowed to disclose their specific roles to each other. And that's going to matter because every werewolf has a specific role tonight. So we're going to start with our werewolves. There's an indeterminate amount of werewolves, but there's at least... No, never mind. There's not an indeterminate amount. I said everyone has a role, and I'm about to tell you all the roles. All right, so we have a werewolf hunter. When the werewolf hunter dies, they can pick somebody immediately, and that person gets taken out with them. There's a werewolf cub. If the werewolf cub dies, the next night the werewolves can kill twice. There's a There's a werewolf guardian. The werewolf guardian is essentially a werewolf bodyguard. So the way this works is I'm going to call the werewolf guardian. They'll be the last thing I call before we wake up. The werewolf guardian can pick somebody. They have to pick this. They have to pick a different person on alternating nights, just like the bodyguard does. If the village votes to kill that person during the next day, they're safe. Now, that does not mean the werewolf cannot pick a villager. You know, they can pick anybody they want. But if the village happens to try to kill that person the next day, they will be safe. Before I go any farther, any questions on the werewolf guardian?
So will they be shown safe as soon as we nominate, or when we actually vote?
No, it's actually after you vote to kill them. I'll be like, you tried to kill them, but they are safe. They can't be killed. It's only
votes with the werewolves. Opens his eyes at night and votes with the werewolves.
Yes, the werewolf guardian is a normal werewolf during the werewolf time, but they'll also have a werewolf guardian time.
So they'll wake up with the werewolves?
Yes.
Okay.
There are 5 werewolves to start.
And is that a one-game power, or can they do that every night?
They can do that every night. They just have to do alternate people. All right, there's a teen werewolf. The teen werewolf is actually a negative thing. The teen werewolf must say the word werewolf sometime during the day. Joseph's going to be watching you. Joseph, I'll tell you who the teen werewolf is, and if you don't say it, you're dead. Wolf, if I am going to allow the teen werewolf, if I see everybody here suddenly switch to a different word to call people werewolves, I'll allow the teen werewolf to switch to that word. I have experience with this one. All right, so for village roles, we have the...
I thought you said there were 5.
Oh, I know. So for village roles, we have the hunter. If the village hunter gets killed, then they can take someone out with them immediately. We have the seer. At night, the seer is going to be able to wake up and ask if someone is a werewolf or not, and I will tell you, yes, they're a werewolf, or no, they're not. We have a village bodyguard. Each night, the bodyguard can pick someone to protect, and They can pick alternate people, and the werewolves try to kill that person. They will be foiled. We have an old hag. The old hag can pick somebody. During the day, that person is sent out of the village. You'll turn your video off during the day. You can watch if you want, but you aren't there. You can't be killed. Neither can you vote. And we have a Frankenstein who becomes various roles when they die. To save time, I'm just going to tell the Frankenstein when you are different roles. But the Frankenstein can become the hunter, the seer, the bodyguard, the old hag, and 2 other roles that I'll mention in a bit. I think I got everything. Oh, there's a Sasquatch. If the village does not vote to kill someone, the Sasquatch becomes a werewolf. If the werewolves kill the Sasquatch becomes a werewolf. That's it. There's no other rules about the Sasquatch at all. If the Sasquatch becomes a werewolf, there'll be an ordinary werewolf. So at most in this game, there can be 6 werewolves. Okay, we're going to play on the villager team. We're going to play with a bus driver again because I think it's funny. The bus driver at night will be able to pick 2 people. Those 2 people, everything that happens to them during the night would be switched. The werewolves try to kill one of them. They kill the other. The old hag sends them out of the village. The different one gets sent out of the village. The seer asks about one of them. I tell them what the other person was. And so on and so forth. But the werewolves also have a bus driver who will be called during a different time at night. So I'll say village bus driver, you'll be the first one to go each night. Werewolf bus driver will be later on tonight. The werewolf bus driver cannot communicate in any way with the werewolves as to who they're going to pick. Both bus driver and the werewolf bus driver can choose to pick and switch nobody. You can switch the same people each night. Frankenstein can become the bus driver. However, new special Vasel rule, Frankenstein will become the seer or the bus driver. Whichever one dies first, they cannot become the other one then. Because a seer bus driver combo is invincible.
The werewolf bus driver, also a regular werewolf opening their eyes
Yes.
at night?
All 5 werewolves will open their eyes at night.
Do you mean old hag bus driver as the combo?
Yes, I apologize. Old hag bus driver. Thank you. You can't be old hag and the bus driver. You'll be whichever one dies first.
So a werewolf guardian is like a normal werewolf, so they can protect themselves as well. They can choose to protect themselves.
They can, but they have to pick a different person every other day and realize that the village tries to kill you. And I say your guard. Actually, you know what? I am going to actually change that because it's going to be too non-potent the other way. If someone's nominated and the werewolf has protected them, I'll say you cannot nominate that person today.
Okay.
Now, that might make everyone really suspect you're a werewolf, but the werewolf guardian can pick an ordinary village to do that too also.
Hmm.
And of course, the person they pick could be switched by one of the 2 bus drivers. So, Joseph and everyone else out there, try to keep me honest here because there's going to be a lot of switching and stuff being done. Have fun keeping notes, everybody.
With the bus driver, can you pick the same people back to back? I missed that.
You can continually pick the same 2 people because it doesn't really matter because everyone else can switch what they're doing. All right, I'm going to start.
Real quick, Tom, can the wolves kill another wolf and then the bus driver switch it with a villager?
Yes, the werewolves could vote to kill one of themselves if they think that's going to happen.
Okay.
And Frankenstein can become any villager role except for Sasquatch, and then either bus driver or old hag, whichever dies first. Right?
Yes.
What's the sequence of events for the werewolves, and when does the bus driver
sequence of events
go?
at night will be. Hang on, I got it right in hand down here. Okay, so first will be the bus driver, then the bodyguard, then the werewolves, then the old hag, then the werewolf bus driver, then the seer, then the werewolf guardian.
Thank you.
So the werewolf bus driver wakes up twice, right? With the werewolves.
That's correct, and so does the werewolf guardian. Well, if you're new, introduce yourself to everybody else here while I send out these messages. It's going to take a bit here.
I haven't played with.
Hi.
Is it anybody's first game?
It's my first game.
Of Werewolf ever or on Zoom?
Werewolf ever, actually. I watched most of the YouTube videos, so this will be interesting.
Yeah, first for me as well.
Talking.
So many masks, I can't see who's talking. Yeah.
I'll do this when I talk.
I've learned from experience. I haven't played a lot, but if you say it's your first game and everyone thinks you're a werewolf, it's not a good defense. Probably going to get voted out.
Switch defense.
Also, staying quiet apparently gets you lynched too.
Thing is hot.
Yeah, the mask
Talking too
didn't stay
much,
long.
talking too little gets you killed.
You
Got
know
it.
how long that was going to last.
Hey, you look like the old hag, Jared.
Also, saying werewolf every morning will definitely get you killed.
Julia, that is quite the costume. I am very impressed.
I had to do it basically with stuff I had in the house.
Isn't that like the COVID lockdown's got everyone being creative?
I just got a box of old costume and was it find something that still fits.
Yeah.
Anybody have trick-or-treaters come to their house today?
No, actually, I have. Well, see, we saw some on the street, but nobody knocked or anything.
There were like
3, but we didn't have our lights on.
Showed up here.
We made a candy chute. 6-foot PVC pipes so that the kids
I
didn't have to
saw
come.
some people do that. That's so smart.
Well, it's cool too because we have steps. So, like, probably use it in the future too for mobility impaired children and things like that, so they don't have to come up the steps to the house.
We had a family of ninjas, and they all had black face masks. Perfect.
Yeah.
I just use really long tongs.
We saw people with hanging them from a string.
I saw on YouTube somebody built a cannon for shooting candy. I'm like,
That's all right.
oh, this can't go wrong.
So who here's from Australia? Because for me, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday.
That's nice.
I actually live in Australia. I'm in Perth, so it's
right.
yeah. So it's 1st of November.
Yep.
Yeah, 1st of November for me as well in Hong Kong.
All right, everyone should have got their roll. If you didn't get it, let me know now. Oh, someone just dropped out. Wow, they didn't like their roll?
I think that was Lynn.
It was Lynn.
Yeah. She's dropped out a couple of times.
Just video, though?
And you're back. You disappeared. Now your sound's out.
Yeah. Muted. Okay.
Oh, sorry, I had myself muted, but I didn't get that I left. Oh,
Just a video, I guess.
You might have just stopped the video.
oh maybe.
Yeah.
Does anybody know how to hide the non-video participants? I had it once, and now I don't remember how I did it.
Yeah, you go to the video settings. So you open your video settings and then you scroll down the options. And there's one checkbox, it's like third from the bottom saying hide non-video participants.
Thank you.
All right, if everybody has their rolls, we're going to get started here. Have fun, everybody. Let's start. Good night, everybody. It is night 1. Okay, tonight is going to be a night off for a few of the rolls, so there will be no bus driving tonight. There'll be no bodyguarding tonight, which is a sad thing for some of the people. But we are going to have our back and forth. Hang on one second before we get any farther. Lynn, I think you turned your camera off again. There you go. All righty, let's do our meet and greet for our werewolves. So werewolves, if you're a werewolf, you can look up and see who the other ones are. All righty. Thank you. Good night. And we're going to let the seer have a shot at seeing somebody. This is the one time you can ask without you worrying about whether they've been bus drived or not. Bus driven, bus drove. I got to learn my words there. All righty. Old hag. You get to send someone out for the first day, thus saving their lives. Thank you. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day one. Let me write down my information here. All righty. Well, just a few towns over, there is a local witch convention. Julia, you are the speaking guest of honor, so you got letter. We'll see you tonight. There's not a witch convention here in town. This is very close to Area 56. It's a lesser known. Area 51 is the popular one. Area 52, slightly less so. Area 56, no one comes to except Tom Vasel. I swore that aliens abducted me. And now that I'm dead, you're all kind of relieved because I really talked about it in uncomfortable ways. But I am dead, and we're really confused as to who would have killed me. No one who looked like me for sure.
The old hag was clearly jealous of Julia's outfit and wanted her off the screen.
She was afraid she would win the contest.
Right.
So who would like to start talking about the Sasquatch?
Let's get it out of the,
Jason's not here.
Oh boy.
Well, if we really have to, we all know we have two choices, right? I think it's best if we really feel we don't want Sasquatch lingering, we do it now and just let them turn, or we just don't worry about it and we treat them like the villager that they currently are. I'm fine with either. I don't know if people have
I'm fine with both of them either. Also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it makes sense to have perfect information going forward. I am actually okay not killing anyone.
Well, one thing to keep in mind, we're never going to have perfect info because we have two bus drivers.
I nominate not to kill.
It is going to be chaotic no matter what.
Yeah.
I
The
nominate
thing is,
not to kill. Nobody said the word, so we lose one of the bad team members.
Wait, I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said, Jay.
I nominate not to kill. Nobody has said the word that will keep them alive. So automatically dies if we vote not to kill right
That's a very good idea. I love that.
We know exactly how many there are too.
Yes.
Which is nice.
Right.
Yep. I actually agree. I'll second Adam's nomination.
So you're nominating not to kill anybody?
Sorry. Correct.
Yeah, that's the nomination.
All right. I would ask someone to defend themselves, but I guess no one does. All righty.
We all defend ourselves.
This is everyone put your thumbs up like this. This is vote one of day one, and this is a vote to not kill. If you put your thumb up, that means you agree. Let's kill nobody. If you put your thumb down, you would like to see someone die, or at least talk about it some more. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Werewolf.
It's 21 up, 2 down. All righty. No one dies tonight. Good night, everybody. And welcome back, Julia. That's the shortest witches convention. It was canceled for the coronavirus. All right. All right. Here we go. Let's start with the village bus driver. Would you like to switch anybody? And if so, who? Thank you. Bodyguard. Who would you like to protect? Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Who would you like to take out? Thank you. Huh. All right. Seer, who would you like to know about? All right. Werewolf bus driver. Thank you. Old hag. Thank you. All right. Good morning, everybody. But I'm going to ask you not to unmute yourselves yet. Alrighty, so I had this preset before the game started that the first villager to die, whether it be by the village or by werewolves, would become today's ghost. So, go figure. Blake, you're now a ghost. All right. Now that's sad, but there's some differences here. All right, Blake, you are no longer going to be able to communicate with the village as a whole. You're communicating with one person, the same person, every night. I will tell you who that person is through text. That person, the medium, is also going to know who they are. This was chosen before the game. It was not you. If you had been the medium, I had a second medium. Don't worry. So we got a medium. The werewolves can, twice per game, try to guess the medium. At night, I'll ask them if they want to guess. If they guess, the medium is dead. Period. Bus driver does not affect the medium. The medium does not get on buses. So the medium cannot come out with all the information they know. To save time, though, the ghosts can just text back and forth to the medium, but you can only text 3 words per day. All right? Any 3 words, and the medium cannot contact the ghost because the ghost doesn't listen. You just have to take a message from the ghost once per day. All right, I'm going to unmute everybody. Blake, you can disappear. But if anyone is, I'll just for real quick here, I'm going to take any questions about this if you don't understand anything.
So if the medium dies, we don't have a ghost talking to anyone anymore?
The Frankenstein becomes the medium.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's guaranteed to be a villager. It won't be a werewolf.
Well, yes, Blake is definitely a villager. This is a villager ghost.
No, the medium. The medium is guaranteed to be a villager.
Yes, for sure. That would be really terrible if you're just telling all your stuff to a werewolf. Alrighty. With that being said, you opened the mail, and there was a nice letter telling Blake about a convention he was invited to, but he's dead, so you just rip it up. Day 2 begins.
Did anyone see who said the word?
No, I believe.
Oh,
No,
yes.
I didn't. Oh, I forgot about
Look at that.
You know what? I just realized.
I snuck it in right at the end.
I just realized I did not do the Werewolf Guardian. So if everybody could go to sleep real quick, I need to give the Werewolf Guardian a chance to do their thing. So I'm going to mute everybody real quick. I don't want to miss out on that. All right, Werewolf Guardian, who would you like to protect during the day? Remember, you can protect the same person, but not on consecutive days. All right, thank you. All right, good morning, everybody. Again. Oh, guess what? Blake's still dead. All right, go ahead. You can continue.
Right. So someone did say that word.
Yes, it did.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
And they kind of snuck it in and threw their voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could be mistaken, but on my screen, Jason Arbuthnot was highlighted, and he was also covering his mouth, so pretty sure it was him.
I saw the same thing.
My mouth wasn't covered. It was like this. And I was laughing because it was kind of a cheeky way to go about it. No. What's that?
I also thought it was
like
Jason. I just didn't
this.
want to say it because I wasn't 100%, and I didn't want to throw him under the bus if it wasn't accurate.
I didn't want to say it because the first person to throw a name out usually gets targeted.
Okay, well, we can just wait to see if he says werewolf again this round. If he does, then...
I mean, I will point out Tyrus is the only person who said it, and they've said it twice now.
I'm also going to require you to say it if you nominate somebody.
As a side note to that, I did notice that also Tyrus downvoted in the first vote, and I'm very suspicious of that.
That was an accident because I thought it was the other way around. I was like, no, don't kill anybody. And then I saw everybody's thumbs up, and I was like, oh crap! So I knew that was coming.
I'll nominate Tyrus.
You're nominating for what?
Being a werewolf.
Thank you. Is there a second for that?
I'll second it.
All right.
Wait, we're nominating them for a werewolf or to kill them?
To kill.
Oh, they're one and the same.
To
aren't
kill,
they?
yeah.
One and the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I apologize, guys, but that's your first nomination, but it can't go through. He's protected.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
Just on that note, too, I noticed that Doug was also the other person that voted down on that Sasquatch as well.
Yeah.
So, Tom, does that mean he is a werewolf?
It means he was protected.
He was protected.
So,
the werewolf body
Yeah,
card.
he's not necessarily a werewolf. He could be a villager.
No, he
right,
could
the
do it
Guardian
and
can
trick us.
try
That'd be
to
a very
trick us,
clever play, though.
but I think it has to be Titus.
Definitely makes me look like a werewolf, but
There's also bus drivers and things were still in effect when it happened. I want everyone to keep that in mind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not
Also,
a
now
werewolf.
Jason just asked the question and put that word into that question, and we were already suspicious of him.
Yeah, but I feel like it's circumventing the nature of the role. So I think Josh was there last game that I played on this channel. Hasn't been posted yet, but like there was a mistake that happened in the spirit of the game. Like Josh and I kind of let it go through. I think you can at least back me up on that I play within the spirit of the game itself. So I find by saying that role, this role, I think it circumvents the original intent of it.
I just want to say that I had a feeling that everybody was going to nominate me because I voted down. And because I voted down, I had a feeling that because there was only two of us that voted down, that either me or whoever else voted down was going to get targeted by the Guardian werewolf, because it obviously makes me look like a werewolf now that I've been protected. But
for me, honestly, it wasn't that. Like, I just saw it as people disagreeing with the idea of letting the Sasquatch turn. It was the fact that you snuck in the word werewolf in like the first 5 seconds of this.
I didn't realize that I did that. But yeah, so that's fair.
Plus, if you were also the Guardian, that would be a very clever play to have played down and then nominated yourself to then throw it off you.
Yeah.
So if the first nomination doesn't go through, does that count as
that counts
a
as
vote?
one of your 3 nominations.
Okay.
Okay.
If you keep
we have two left.
I promise to never say werewolf again the rest of this game. I just said it again.
Yeah, you might as well get them all out now, though.
Nomination.
werewolf.
Doug, why did you vote against it?
Sorry, was that? I didn't hear that.
Our first one's done, right? Because of
against the vote for the Sasquatch.
Yeah, I voted down. I didn't think we'd given it enough discussion. It was done very quickly. Yeah, just seemed very, very, very quick. Very, yeah. We should be discussing these things much more.
Well, I think the whole point was just what Adam said exactly. We kind of caught them all off guard because nobody had a chance to say like the trigger word. So it was just essentially like a sneaky way to try to just instantly get the numbers more in our favor. I think that was the whole reason to rush it.
Made sense.
I think that'll only work once though. And plus we have to be killing because otherwise.
I thought it was a good strategy, but
I thought so too. Yeah, I thought it was.
I mean,
very
yeah,
smart
it
play.
was a good strategy, and generally, I don't like letting them turn unless there's a chupacabra in the game because that just means more targets.
Right.
So I wanted to vote down. I just voted with you guys, though.
All right, time's up. I need a second nomination, please.
I'd like to nominate Jason.
Who did that? Oh, Sonia. Okay.
Did the dog second? So, Sonia, you're nominating him for what?
For being a werewolf.
Thank you. Is there a second for that?
I'll second.
Adam seconding it. All right. Jason, what's your defense?
So, like I said before, I understand it's a bit suspicious. I haven't played with any of you except for Josh before, and I've moderated a game with Blake in it. I'm a person that plays within the lines. If that's enough you guys to vote me out, that's fine. I'm an important role. Yeah, I don't think you guys should. I think you guys should wait to see if I say it the next round. And if I say it the next round, vote me out. And I can give you whatever information I have.
All right, this is vote 2 of day 2 for Jason. Thumbs ready?
Tom, do you want to explain it for the new people what is up and down?
Yeah, up means you want to keep him alive. Down means you want him to die. Sorry, and thank you. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. That is 12 to 11. Very close vote, but Jason, you are dead, and Jason was indeed a werewolf.
Nice. Well
All
done.
right, good night, everybody.
Did anybody take?
All right. Let's start with the village bus driver. Thank you. All right. Bodyguard, who would you like to protect tonight? Thank you. Werewolves, who would you like to take out? Werewolves, if you could go to sleep for a second. I need everyone to wake up real briefly. If you'd leave your mics, could everyone just look at your chat real quick? I need someone here to get a message from me. Who just blinked out? Oh, Lynn. I shouldn't even ask that. All righty, let's go to sleep again. And we are back to werewolves. The answer to the question that was asked to me is no. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. All right, thank you. All right, Seer. Who would you like to know about? All right, werewolf bus driver. Would you like to switch anyone? Thank you. Old hag. Who would you like to send out? Thank you. Werewolf guardian. Who would you like to defend during the day? Thank you. All right. Good morning, everybody. Boy, I'm sure glad I picked this set of rolls. All right. Let's see here. Josh, I'm so very sorry, but you were slashed to death. And Josh was a villager. Lynn, good news for you. You actually can turn your camera off. You have been called out on an important mission for your secret spy job that no one knows about. We'll see you back tonight. And that's it. I will be moving the werewolf bus driver tonight to right behind a regular bus driver because it doesn't make sense to have it so late. All right, go for it. It's day 3.
Did anyone take note of who voted to save Jason last round?
I don't
Not
think
some
so.
of them, but not all of them.
Half of us.
Yeah, there's 11 people.
Yeah, it was 11 out of, yeah, so.
Yeah, like it was split right down the middle. Right?
Yeah, and it's go so quick that.
Do any of the downvoters want to explain why?
Why we voted down on.
Or sorry, the upvoters, the voters to save.
Right.
Oh,
Sorry. Okay.
I did up. It was the second vote, and every time I've watched you guys' videos, it's always up on the second vote.
I usually, unless I have a really good reason on a second vote, I'll typically give someone the benefit of the doubt because you can usually nominate them again if the conversation proves to be in their favor.
Right.
Just a quick, sorry. Did you say the word last morning? did he actually say that phrase? Which
He said it.
Oh, he said it.
Yeah, he did that, and that's what tipped it over for me because he kind of slid it in within a question. So
Got it.
I didn't personally hear it, so that's why I upvoted it.
I missed it too.
Oh, okay. So I upvoted it. Upvoted him. I did not. Listen to that. I missed that. Okay. So here's what I have to say. Naiji is a werewolf. I think.
No.
Who? Naiji.
What makes you say that?
What makes you say that?
So I'm the medium, and so here's my plan, right? So we got one werewolf, right? And we'll probably get this next one. Question for Tom. Tom, am I allowed to say the exact message that I got from Blake, or am I not allowed to say that?
Say what you want if you got a message from Blake.
Okay. So Blake appeared to me last night, and he said that Cyclops is bad. And the reason I'm coming out is we got one werewolf. We'll probably get one now. And we have the bus driver and the bodyguard who can switch things up. On top of that,
Cyclops is Johnny, right?
yeah, Cyclops is Johnny, not.
Cyclops is Johnny, not Nige.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought the one eye thing.
No, well,
No, that's a
Cyclops
horror.
is also an X-Men character.
Cyclops is the X-Men character.
Okay. Then it's good that I ran it through you guys.
So Blake only got to send you one message so far?
Yes.
Time's up. I need a nomination, please.
I'll nominate
nominate
Johnny. I'll second.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hang on.
Don't
Would
trust
the
this guy?
medium actually oust himself, though? That seems odd.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
This sounds like a werewolf is trying to kill someone.
If he's wrong, we just know to kill him next round.
Okay.
We will know for sure. Yeah.
I'm just taking a note of everyone who is not doing the logic. So Gerard, you are not my radar.
If Nishant is lying to us, we know to kill him next round, and we're not continually believing his false
it's very
information.
simple.
Whoa. I don't want to be a sacrifice.
That's right.
Also, if Blake has three, if Blake has 3 words he can say, he could probably just name 3 different people.
Blake has been helping me clarify this through chat. And so, yes, I decided no names, and he can only talk about one person per day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So he definitely used the word Cyclops.
Yeah.
Johnny, anything else you want to say?
My first time.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Johnny.
Is this the
It
first
never
one or
goes
the
how you
second
think it
vote?
will.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, it's complete thumbs down except for Johnny. Johnny, you are dead now. Before we go any farther here, I'm going to mute everybody real quick here. So, Johnny, I'm going to allow you to kill someone since he's the werewolf hunter. But, Johnny, remember that the werewolves get 2 free shots over the course of the game to kill the medium. So, I'm just giving you that information in case you forgot it. All right, so who would you like to take out with you? Oh, you can unmute yourself and tell me.
Paul.
Paul?
Yep.
All right, Paul. Paul is dead, and Paul was a villager. And Johnny's also dead, and Johnny was a werewolf. All right, good night, everybody. All right, we'll start with the bus driver. Bus driver, would you like to switch anyone? Okay. All right, werewolf bus driver. Would you like to switch anyone? Thank you. All right, bodyguard, who would you like to protect? Thank you. All right, werewolf or werewolves? And I fear I wasn't very clear at the beginning of the game, but for werewolves, twice per game, you can try to pick. You can try to kill the medium, and if you're correct, nothing stops that medium from dying. Would you all like to use that ability? And if so, show me the name of the person that you think may or may not be the medium. Thank you. All right, now what about the person that you would like to kill? Thank you. All right, seer. Who would you like to know about? All right, old hag. Who would you like to send out of the village? Thank you. And werewolf guardian. Who would you like to keep alive? Thank you. All right, good morning, everybody. Let me do a little bit of messing around here. Sonia, I'm very, very sorry, but you've been dreadfully murdered. Sonia was a villager. Doug, I'm slightly less sorry, but you've been invited to the local hat convention where they've made you not a keynote speaker. You're just there to learn what a good hat looks like. All right. So we'll see you tonight, Doug. And that's it.
Okay, I guess I did not realize that if the medium came out, the werewolves had an unstoppable kill against them.
Yeah, I did say that during the thing, but I apologize if I wasn't clear on it. Otherwise, the medium's too powerful. Oh, and Nishant, you're dead.
I was just about to say, like, why is he still
Here. I have a question, Tom.
Thank you for reminding me. Sorry, Nishant, you died. Hang on, let me cross up Nishant off my list. All right, go ahead and give me your question.
Will Frankenstein take on the role of the medium?
Yes.
Okay.
That's helpful.
Could you just repeat what happened last night? My internet froze or something, so I didn't hear anything as far as who died or what happened.
You mean for today?
Sonia was killed. Doug was sent out by the old hag.
Like what
Nishant
you
was
just
gassed.
up, I didn't hear anything.
Nishant and Sonia were killed, and Doug was sent on a trip.
I'm back, right?
Okay, thank you.
Audio, yes, Lynn, not video.
I'd just like to point out, looking at Tyrus, he was protected initially, but he may not be now. And he did still throw a protect vote with the last vote, which I was suspicious of.
Are you kill him?
I'm throwing a vote again to kill Tyrus.
What did you say I did?
I'll
Pretty
second
sure. Yep.
I will say I'm on the same lines, but not enough to second it. But I am thinking the same thing.
I voted to kill both werewolves. I don't know. Did you say that I voted to protect them?
Thought you did.
No, I voted to kill both.
You were protected by the werewolf the first time we tried to send you out.
The first round, yeah. But no, I voted to kill both werewolves.
Who did we just lose?
Adam.
Yeah. He said he was having issues anyway.
Now who did we lose? Oh, Lynn. Lynn, stop turning your camera off all the time.
God, I swear I didn't. I swear. My phone's buggy, I guess.
Or werewolves.
Yeah, there's four.
Yeah.
This has gotten me killed in werewolf games, but if we still have a seer, it would be great for them to share something.
There's
a little bit.
Well, it depends on the information.
Hang on
they
a
have.
second. Is someone's audio on in the background? I thought I heard someone else talking.
Oh, Steve's is really quiet. I've noticed he's quite hard to hear.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, Steve. Yeah, is there a way you can turn up your volume, Steve?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Yeah, I think the seer probably shouldn't come out yet until we at least have a
unless they have
confirmed
werewolves.
other one, correct. And then if we have the medium pull out another one, that would be 2 out of the 4 left.
Then hopefully Blake will be able to throw another secret message to Frankenstein now, so that should help.
Unless Frankenstein is already dead.
Frankenstein's dead.
Yeah. And since the werewolves can do that twice a game about the medium, they can still use it again if they want to.
Yeah, they need to be very careful how they provide their information.
Yeah, not.
All right, anyway, Steve, what were you saying?
Yeah, we have right. We had 6 werewolves, including the Sasquatch who turned.
Yes.
And we've killed 2. Or I agree that it had to be right that a werewolf saved the werewolf saved Tyrus. Was there another alternative that I don't think?
No, because he blocked the nomination.
It was the nomination, yeah. So wait, has the Sasquatch turned? Do we know that?
Well, the other option could have been that the werewolves nominated somebody else to be saved, but the bus driver had switched with Tyrus. That could be the other option.
Right.
Exactly.
Is there a bus driver in that photo?
Is the Sasquatch turned? Do we know that?
Yes.
Yeah, because we didn't kill the first day.
Not kill.
So there's 4 left.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got to remember too that the
also have to take
person has to keep saying the word each round, which I think quite a few people have said it this round now, so that makes it harder to deduce.
We also have to take into consideration that there's a high chance the cub is still alive.
Yeah, because we would have had 2 kills.
Well,
that
unless the
night.
bodyguard protected.
True.
Oh, that's a good point.
Good point.
Right.
God.
The hardest for me to read right now is Lucas because
Coral, you're
his face.
muted. Because people know.
I know. I'm just saying, oh man.
So yeah, I was going to throw the official vote nomination against Tyrus. That was then.
Okay, so this is the first nomination of day 1. What are you nominating for?
Tyrus for being not of a villager.
Sorry, you gotta be more acute than that.
Oh, that's a werewolf then.
Thank you. Is there a second for that?
Yeah. Do you hear me any better? I'll second it.
All right, Tyrus, you've been nominated and seconded. What's your defense?
I don't have much of a defense. I'm not going to reveal my goal. I understand why I look suspicious, so I'm not going to try to deny it. I think if you really think I'm suspicious, you can come back to me for the 3rd vote, because this is the first one, and we can at least try to get more information on the next one. But
All right, let's do thumbs. This is vote 1 of day 4. This is for Tyrus. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's 5 votes up. The rest are down. Tyrus is dead, and Tyrus was indeed a werewolf.
Ooh,
all right.
Good work.
Good night, everybody. And welcome back Doug. Alrighty, still same the hat. You should have bought a better one at the con. All right. Let's start with the bus driver. What would you like to do? Thank you. All right, werewolf bus driver. Thank you. All right, bodyguard. Who would you like to protect? Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Thank you. Seer. All right, old hag. Thank you. And werewolf guardian. All right, good morning, everybody. I got good news for Rory. It's Shark Week, a town over, so you need to go visit that and watch Sharknado 8. Why did they ever make the first one? That's the name of it. Let's see. And Corollaire, I'm so sorry. Why did the chicken not cross the road? Because he gets hit by a werewolf. You were dead. And he was a villager. All right, it's day 5.
Righto, so I would like to point out that Johnny Skywalker, Nige, and Matt all voted to save Tyrus, who we now know was a werewolf. So I've definitely got some pointers out in those directions if you guys want to defend any of that.
Yep, no problem. I voted up because it was first vote of the day. So I figured, and we didn't talk much. So I figured, like, Tyrus was actually my only suspicion. I had on my suspicion, I have nobody else. So I figured we should maybe talk to somebody else first and come back to him, try to figure out who else is suspicion. But yeah, so that's why I voted up, because I figured we have 2 more votes.
Same here. Also,
same here.
I'm also questioning Lucas and Jeff for being really quiet.
Who? I didn't hear who you said.
Lucas and Jeff.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I've been quiet just because I'm not used to these types of games and just been honestly just been trying to study and also been just seriously, Julia, you put that together in like what, 2 days? And he put me to shame. You and I had a plan, and then it all fell apart. But yeah, it's honestly, I've just been trying to keep an eye out on everybody else.
Is this your first game, Jeff?
Third game officially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who was the other ones that voted not to kill the werewolf?
Oh, it's just Johnny, Najee, and Matt that I saw.
I saw Coroller as well.
Oh, yeah, but he's gone now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Tom said, we haven't heard much about Lucas. So, do you have anything to say?
Did you hear that, Lucas?
I think they're talking to you, Simon.
Lucha Snore, sorry.
C. I'm
Wow.
sorry, I don't speak English. You'll have to speak a bit slower. I only speak Mexican.
Simon, I'm going to have to admit, I had no idea that was you this entire time.
All right, time's up. I need a first nomination, please.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I nominate Simon because no one can see his face even.
I'll second for the same reasons.
Simon. Oh, that's Luchas, not right.
All right, this is not helpful at all. Okay, so you're nominating who?
Yeah. You're talking about Lucas Snore, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, gotta use the right names here, or the moderator gets super confused. All right.
Lucha Snore, the sleepy Mexican wrestler.
Lucha Snore. You all have to have someone translate this to you, but you've been nominated. What's your defense?
C. I'm not werewolf. I don't really know much. Well, no, let's just say, yeah, I'm El Bodyguard. I have protected myself, then Senor Paul, then Senor Nishant, and then myself again.
All right.
Because really, I don't really have much of a clue who you to protect at the moment. So there you go.
This is vote 1 of day 5.
Anybody else want to claim to be the bodyguard before we vote? Okay, just asking. All right.
Thumbs for whoever this is. Ready? 1. This is vote 1 of day 5. 1, 2, 3. $12 up, 2 down. You're still alive.
So just questioning, who actually voted down? Because if he is the bodyguard, that seems really suspicious.
Well, he said he protected himself, so I was curious to throw a down vote, because if we managed to kill him and he protected himself, it was the truth, so then I knew what was going on.
Okay.
Now, he protects himself at night. Not during the day, just at night.
And if only the werewolf bodyguard will, and then Tom would let us know right away, so we wouldn't be able to vote.
Oh, right. I've misinterpreted that rule then.
So before you said Matt J voted down, but he hasn't said anything through the entire game. But he was one of the 4 that you said voted.
Yeah, and the suspicious werewolf.
Yeah. So he hasn't said anything so far.
Well, I didn't want to talk over anybody either, but I pretty much had the same kind of thing that Johnny did in a way. I just didn't think that we had enough information to kill on a first one. Usually, this is my second time playing the game, and usually I'm not gonna vote down on a first one unless I'm absolutely sure about it. But that was all.
But if you wanted more information, why weren't you then asking questions?
All right, time's up. I need a second nomination.
Matt.
I'll second.
So Matt's been nominated.
And I second Tom.
All right, Matt, what's your defense?
I really don't have one other than the fact that of what I just said. Yeah, I don't really have anything.
All right, this is vote 2 of day 5 for Matt. Thumbs ready. 1, 2, 3. All right, very close, but Matt, you are dead, and Matt was a werewolf. Good night,
Nice.
everybody. And welcome back, whoever was out. That was Rory. All right, we'll start with the bus driver. Bus driver, what would you like to do? Thank you. Werewolf bus driver, what would you like to do? Thank you. Bodyguard, who would you like to protect? Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves, who would you like to take out? Thank you. Seer, who would you like to know about? Old hag, who would you like to send out, if anyone? Thank you. Werewolf guardian, who would you like to protect? All right, good morning, everybody, but don't unmute yet. Tom, I'm so sorry. You've escaped from prison, but now you've been killed. Probably because of the bad disguise. But on his way out, Tom can take one person with him. Tom is the village hunter. Who would you like to take out? You can unmute, by the way, Tom.
Sorry. I have no clue at this point.
No giving him any info. Come on, Tom, you got to hurry up or I'll randomly roll.
I'm going to take Nige.
All right, Nige's also out. And Nige was a villager. All righty. That's 2 more villagers out.
We're allowed to talk.
Yes, go ahead.
I probably would have taken out.
Oh, by the way, nobody was sent out of the village.
Okay.
Oh.
We're down.
I would have probably taken out either Johnny or Jeff because I think they're both sus, and I think I'm next to die in the night because I voted to kill the werewolves every single time, and so did Tom. So did Tom.
So with the werewolf left,
How many werewolves are left?
There's two. I count. And one of them must still be the cub because 2 people haven't died. They haven't killed twice.
Well, that depends on whether one was protected or not.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's still a possibility that it's still there.
Quattro werewolf. No, not Quattro. Three left, isn't it?
I count 2.
All right, sorry.
I'm down to 2 as well.
Yeah, we are down to 2. Julia, you're pretty quiet.
Okay, so we killed. Jason was a werewolf. We killed
Matt and Tyrus.
Werewolf Hunter. Got Tyrus, and I got Matt.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And we could have the werewolf cub, guardian, bus driver, and just a regular ex-Sasquatch in the mix.
Yes.
I think we got the teen werewolf.
I think so.
I think that was the
Yeah, I
first
think
one.
that's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think there might have been a round or 2 that nobody said it and nothing happened.
I'm assuming, the old hag got killed off last night. Sounds like, right?
I think that's why no one got sent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the hunter died last.
Although there would be the Frankenstein unless he's dead too.
Oh, okay.
Didn't Frankenstein become the medium? Which we would hope that Frankenstein's still receiving some messages.
Right. Well, now would be the good time if the seer and if Frankenstein was alive and was the medium to then try and get at the last 2 now. But
yeah, because they can force themselves with the other positive vote.
I have a feeling that Frankenstein is dead because with only 2 werewolves left, he would know exactly who they are.
You would hope.
So did we count? Did everybody agree that we have 2 werewolves left?
I think so.
Yeah.
2. Yep.
So, Cameron, you've been awfully quiet.
I don't think so. I've been pointing out things like Cyclops and things like that. So, yeah, I definitely don't think I've been quiet at all, to be honest with you. I think I've been quite helpful in pointing out, basically pointing out that things that are wrong. I'm more suspicious of someone like Doug C, who's been completely silent through the whole thing and has said nothing. Whereas I've been pointing out that Cyclops really was the other person. And we all know it wasn't Nige now, right? So if I was a werewolf, I would have corrected that, right?
And Doug was also one of the initial downvoters.
Correct. But didn't want
He was. And Tyrus.
Yeah.
Plus his name actually literally says
Yeah. It was there all along.
Which I explained when I wasn't being completely silent, Cameron.
All right,
but,
time's up. I
that's
need
fine.
a nomination, please.
Senor Doug. I nominate Senor Doug.
All right, Doug's been
I'll
nominated.
second
Is there
it.
a second for that? What are you nominating him for again?
He's a werewolf. El Werewolf. He's El Werewolf.
All right, thanks. All right, Doug, what's your defense?
I'm not a werewolf. I'm just a villager. I traditionally am quite quiet in these games. You know, there's a lot of people, a lot of opinions. I like to take my time, work out. I've got some suspicions on Gerard. I think he made a mistake earlier on. So
Nominated 2 wolves out.
Interesting way to play the game.
All right, this is day 6. Vote 1. This is for Doug. First day. Ready. 1, 2, 3. It's a lot of votes for you, Doug. You are dead. And Doug was a werewolf.
Good work.
Oh,
Good night,
job,
everybody.
That's good.
All right. We'll get started here. With and welcome back. Oh, no one was gone. That's right. Lynn, your screen went black. There we go. We need to see your face, Lynn. on the screen. I don't want the chat yelling at me later on for. All right. We'll start with the bus driver. Thank you. And the werewolf bus driver. Bodyguard, who would you like to protect? Thank you. Werewolf or werewolves? Thank you. And also, um, the check your chat. Okay, thank you. All right. Seer, who would you like to know about? Old hag. Thank you. And werewolf guardian. All righty. Good morning. Okay, so everyone please stay muted. There's several things that are going to be going on here. And I've not run into some sequence of events here, so I'm going to do this in the sequence that I feel is best. So first of all, Gerard, you're dead. And Carrie, you're dead. Both villagers. And Cameron, you're dead. But Cameron was the hunter. So, Cameron, you can right now pick one person to take with you.
Jeff.
Jeff. All right. Jeff. Why am I not? Oh, I'm sorry. Jeff. Okay. Jeff was also a villager. So, Jeff is also dead now, too. All right. So, now, Lynn, you got a message. And you have to go to a devil convention in a nearby town. So we'll see you tomorrow. All right, that leaves us with 7. We no longer need seconds to nominations. It is day 8 or 7. I've lost track.
All right, so the Frankenstein was not dead, but he is now.
I'll nominate Adam. I'm the seer. I've checked Adam twice. I checked him one of the early nights because of this bus driver thing. I wasn't sure, and then we kept killing the people I was checking. So I stayed alive till we could get to this point, and I just checked Adam again last night, and he came up as a werewolf again. So I've nominated Adam.
Is there a second for that? Oh, we don't need a second. Sorry. Adam, what's your defense?
If that's the case, it's because the bus driver or the wolf bus driver swapped me. Because I'm not a werewolf, Steve. I was the one at the beginning that called out.
I thought it was unlikely to have happened twice.
I'm a villager, so if you came up werewolf, it's the bus driver, is all I can say.
All right, well, thumbs for Adam.
From the beginning that called out.
Sorry, Adam, you had some more stuff to say?
No, I was just saying I was the one from the beginning that called out Jason and called for that early vote to out one of the werewolves. So, but if it's coming up, it's because of one of the 2 bus drivers.
All righty, this is vote 1. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, that's 4-2. And that's the game. Congratulations, villagers.
Good job.
All right, let me mute everybody here. First of all, my sincere apologies to the werewolves. That was an incredible stack deck against you. I'm very sorry. I'll work on that better next time. Also, the teen werewolf, I'm never using them again because there's just too many ways around it. I've tried it before, and right away on day 1, boo, boo, boo to using the teen werewolf. All right, so Tom was the hunter. Johnny was the werewolf hunter. Nishant was the medium. Steve was the seer. Cameron was Frankenstein. Doug was the werewolf cub. Carrie the bus driver. Matt the werewolf bus driver. Lucas Snore the bodyguard, or whatever you're calling yourself. Blake was the ghost. Jeff was the old hag. Tyrus the guardian werewolf. Jason the teen werewolf. Sorry, Jason, to saddle you with that day game 1. And Adam was the Sasquatch. Now, before I go any farther, did I mess up with Steve? Folks who were watching, did he ask me about Adam and I told him he was a villager? Steve, you can unmute yourself, Steve.
Oh, you told me both times that he was a werewolf.
Oh, I got it. You asked me twice. Okay.
Right, I asked
got
you
it.
twice. Right. Yeah.
Very smart play.
I was afraid.
Very smart play to check him twice, by the way.
Yeah, that was great job.
Yeah, good job for doing that, Steve.
Yeah.
Well done.
So did the
Especially
second seer get some?
villagers
the
had
second medium get some messages?
Yeah.
I was a second medium, and that's why I nominated. I didn't want to come out as a medium because I was a Frankenstein, and I nominated Matt, like kind of unsuspect, trying to be sort of surreptitious.
Cameron, you deserve to die. You had all the. If you would have just come out and shared what I said, it was game over. Because at that point, all the wolves were pegged.
No, you said Matt and you said Doug, but then you said
Steve.
come out all.
Steve had and I was hoping you would just say I'm the medium, and he told me come out all because Steve had the only other werewolf as the seer.
Okay, I didn't know what come out all meant. As in, that's why I did get them out, right? I did nominate Matt, and then I nominated Doug.
Yeah, you did. You did get me.
Adam, that was a
Matt and Doug.
valiant effort there at the end. And Matt, that was pretty impressive because I thought Matt was unsuspecting. So he was just dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt completely snowballed me.
Blake, I almost messed up your Cyclops thing, but I guess it was.
Yeah.
I almost got away with it.
Gerald.
And I think I accidentally killed Corollaire because I suspected the werewolves were going to go after Gerard, and Corollaire had voted to save a werewolf, so I just picked someone that I had written down had voted up.
Just checked.
Well, you just switched one villager for another.
Huh?
You just switched one villager for another, so it wasn't that big of a deal.
Well, yeah, but like I tried to save a villager by killing a villager, and just counterproductive.
Happy
Yeah, I had a feeling they were going to come after me after too many upvotes going.
No, but you were amazing though, Gerard. You really were. You got a lot of us.
Gerard was the MVP of this
We have a
game.
mix of quiet villagers.
Oh,
easily.
And I'm normally horrifically bad at these social deduction games. Like horrifically bad.
Yeah, you did a fantastic job tonight.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm normally a little better, but I took a couple of muscle relaxers before the game.
Also, I'm curious.
Gerard, would you say that the force was strong with you today?
What else did Blake say to Cameron?
So he said, "Come out all," but I know whether that was trying to identify a particular
What did he say
person
before
or not.
that, though?
Yeah, like to point
Oh,
out,
he
like,
said
Matt.
top hat, spectacles, glasses, headphones, jacket. So I knew it was Matt and Doug. And then if he'd have just said baseball cap, I would
I
have
didn't feel
come
like
out.
doing that. I didn't feel like doing that. I wanted you to just come out.
Okay.
Because the village had all the info. So I was like, if they just come out,
Yeah, I didn't
they
understand
win.
what you meant by come out all because it was
Seemed
like
pretty
I didn't know.
self-explanatory.
I don't know. If you had picked Steve, Adam, I think you might have been able to survive.
Blake was a really good ghost in that last game, so I was actually pretty happy to see him.
If I wasn't
He did a
rushing
good job.
to fix that, I would have. But I just wrote the first name I saw when I looked at the screen.
So, quick question here, Blake. What do you do that's so dangerous that the werewolves just hardcore were killing you day one? They didn't
This
even
is-
hesitate.
Tom, this is the third game in a row that I've played with you that they've either killed me night one or tried to kill me night one. I don't know. Do you tell me?
Yeah, but how many times has that backfired though? Because of the games I've seen where Blake has died, and he's been a ghost. He's been great.
Seems like he gets really good.
Against it, just so you know, Blake. I
Because
didn't
the
want you to
werewolf
die.
know he's a great werewolf killer.
Yeah, I'm the one who wrote Blake because I've seen him play before, obviously, and he's a really good player. So I was like,
As a dead person.
I was happy when he died.
Overestimate my abilities in this game, but
They're
it's
like, he's
fine.
good when he's dead, so let's kill him.
I guess if we knew that there would be a ghost, Blake might not have died first.
Yeah, probably not.
Figured
no.
Which I think
no
it
one
was
likes
great
a
that Tom
rat.
didn't say that it was a ghost before you, the village
No, I
died.
decided that would be better. For
No, yeah, that was
the last
I
game
like
was
that.
ridiculous, where people were
Yeah.
nominating themselves.
That was a neat plot twist.
Maybe Blake, you did too good of a job that first game where you convinced everyone why you should be the first person killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now we're just killing you first every time, no matter what.
yeah.
From now on.
At least you were a Sasquatch this time, Julia.
So normally we have a bunch of quiet villagers and a bunch of aggressive villagers. Tonight it was all quiet. It was the quietest game I've ever been.
Very quiet.
Yeah, it was a really quiet game.
Good job, Steve. Good job.
I do want to say,
Yeah.
Johnny, you were awfully pro werewolf.
Me or
yeah, you were my next kill, but
well, actually,
holy crap, you voted.
I only voted up twice on werewolves, and only because they were the first votes. All the other one I voted down.
Yeah.
It's
It's always the worst feeling though when you vote opposite the rest of the village and you're a villager. You're like, great, now they're gonna start looking at me now.
Yeah.
That's how I got targeted. And
That's how I figured I was pegged.
Those last two votes.
Killing on vote 2.
Oh my god, those last two votes. I was just like, oh my god, I can't get a read of the table at all. It's like, oh
Steph,
my
it was your
God.
reaction that made me kill you because I thought you were on the werewolf side and you'd given it away because when we put out Matt, before he'd even said he's a werewolf, you were like, damn, almost. So that's why I killed you. I thought you might be the other werewolf. Because
no, I was just like,
the
oh
thing
my
with this
god.
game was the seer could be impacted by the bus driver, but the medium can't. So if you can get all the werewolves to the medium, that's a much safer bet than relying on the seer.
Yeah, I completely missed that part when Tom said that medium is not affected by bus driver or bodyguard.
Well, I
But
wanted
I'm
the medium
glad
not to
I
be
came
too
out.
powerful.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree to that, Tom. But I'm glad I came out. I think getting those early werewolves was a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. So many
Well,
chances to
and
die in
we still had the Frankenstein, so we still got a medium for a few rounds.
Oh, I thought for sure the Frankenstein and the Seer were already dead, and then they like back to back we got all that information. We're like, oh, whoa.
Yeah.
I just had a thought, Tom, with your teen werewolf and you saying it's not working. If they had a secret word they had to say, but you're the only one who knows what that word is. So for some reason, there's some person keeps using the word umbrella in a sentence, and we'd have to figure that one out because we would just sat still and waited for the word werewolf to appear. But if no one knew what the keyword was, that could
I
maybe
agree,
make that
but
roll
that's
work.
pretty close to my robot role.
He just loves Brianna.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They should bring the robots back sometime. I really like those ones.
Yeah,
I
the
did too,
robot's
but thinking up the robot laws is
I guess
a lot of work, actually. Yeah, not every game works as well as others. Enough of that.
That was good though. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
That was a lot of fun.
All right, folks, we have 2 months left in 2021. We'll still do more games, but happy October to everybody and happy Halloween. Thanks for playing. I will see you all, probably sometime this week. Sometimes I am thrilled by how my combinations work out. Sometimes I go, huh, and this is one of those times where I went, huh, I made this one hard for the werewolves. Now, what can you do? I'm still trying to work on it. I think I like how the ghost works here a little better. Where the ghost has a medium that they work through, and if the wolves can figure out who the medium is, so be it. I like that concept. Again, it's kind of stacked against them, and we'll see. I'm always messing with these games and always trying out new things. Either way, I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you'd like to learn more about how to get into this game or these kind of games, or many other people run werewolf games, check out our Dice Tower Werewolf Facebook group. And I'm telling you, people run these games almost every night at this point. So, or other things like Blood on the Clock Tower, etc. I am so appreciative of each person who plays in my games. It makes me feel very nice to see that some of the same people come back despite my poor moderating skills. But I'm glad that they enjoy it. I hope you enjoy watching these. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching Werewolf on the Dice Tower.